The cabin they rented was small, weathered, tucked away at the very edge of a sprawling, dense forest. The kind of forest that swallowed sunlight, leaving the ground in constant shadow. The local townspeople had warned them not to wander too far. They spoke of strange sounds at night, of things in the trees. But Luna and Alayla brushed it off as superstition until they found the gate. It was rusted, nearly hidden beneath a tangle of ivy and moss, but unmistakable. The gate led to an overgrown path that seemed to disappear into the earth itself. Curiosity got the better of them. They followed the path until they found a bunker hidden beneath layers of earth and stone, its entrance barely visible in the fading light. The air inside was thick with dust, stale and heavy. The walls were lined with yellowed papers, blueprints of some kind of research, and strange symbols that none of them recognized. The most chilling part of it all was the large file sitting on an old metal desk in the center of the room. The cover read, Project Hollow Woods, classified. Inside, they found pages of cryptic notes, experiments, and diagrams detailing something called Subject X. The notes were incomprehensible at first glance, but there were repeated references to something called the Hollow Woods, a creature that could be reborn from death, its body slowly regenerating with unnatural speed, a government weapon, something they'd created but couldn't control. That was the moment they realized the woods hid a secret the world wasn't supposed to know, and they had just uncovered it. They left the bunker in a hurry, heartbeats fast, but the silence in the woods around them felt different now, heavier, more oppressive. The wind shifted and something felt wrong. Still, they made it back to the cabin, locking the door behind them, the sense of unease creeping in. The next day was when the noises started. It was subtle at first, a faint rustling of branches just beyond the cabin. Luna and Alayla tried to brush it off, but the screeching followed them, faint, high-pitched, like metal scraping against stone. It was almost as though the trees themselves were alive, whispering, watching. That night, the sound grew louder. A deep, hollow screech, like nails on a chalkboard, but with a bone-chilling echo that made the hairs on the back of their necks stand on end. Something was out there. Something that had been waiting, watching them. Crunch. A sharp snap of a branch. Luna froze, her eyes wide as she glanced at Alayla. Her friend's face was pale, eyes locked on the window. Crunch. It was closer now, something large, something heavy, moving through the woods. Their eyes darted to the door, the only barrier between them and whatever was lurking just beyond the walls. Suddenly, the door rattled as if something had tried to open it. A low, guttural growl followed by the distinct sound of something scraping against the wood. Luna grabbed Alayla's arm, pulling her to the back window. They peered into the darkness, seeing nothing but shadows in the trees. Then they saw it. A towering figure emerged from the woods, 10 feet tall, its skin pale and stretched tightly over its bones, as though it had been stuffed into a body too small for it. Its limbs were unnaturally long, contorted in ways no human should. The joints cracked and twisted with every movement, making it seem as though its bones were constantly shifting beneath the surface. Its eyes gleamed with a faint, sickly yellow glow. The thing tilted its head, the bones in its neck creaking as it stared back at them. It was hunting. Luna's breath caught in her throat, and she pulled Alayla back, away from the window. The screeching noise came again, louder this time, like the creature was drawing closer, closer than it had any right to be. "We need to leave, now." Alayla's voice was trembling as she grabbed her backpack, throwing it over her shoulder. The handle began to rattle again, and then came the sound of claws scraping across the wood, followed by a horrific cracking sound. The creature was trying to get inside. Its hands were sharp, bony claws that slid beneath the cracks in the door. Searching, grasping, they ran. Through the back door, into the woods, with the creature screeching behind them, guttural, desperate. As though it was drawing closer with every second, Luna could hear its massive feet pounding on the earth, its bones cracking with every step. Hear its breath, ragged, deep, right behind them. Alayla stumbled, falling hard against the ground, her scream cut short by the sound of something sharp snapping. Luna didn't stop. She couldn't. She grabbed her friend's arm, pulling her back to her feet, even as Alayla's blood soaked through her clothes. Keep moving, keep moving. Luna gasped, her voice raw with fear. The sound of the creature's screech pierced the night as they sprinted toward the road. But they weren't close enough. They weren't fast enough. Then a flash of pale skin and bone. Luna screamed as a clawed hand shot out from the trees, catching Alayla by the leg. The thing dragged her backward, its shrill screech echoing in Luna's ears as it tightened its grip. "No!" Luna cried, desperately pulling Alayla toward her, but the creature was too strong. The thing's eyes locked on her, and for a moment, Luna thought she would die there, in the woods, alone. But then, a sound of deep, booming engine noise broke through the terror. A car, the headlights cut through the trees, and the creature froze, momentarily distracted. The distraction was enough. Luna grabbed Alayla one last time and yanked her free. They ran toward the light, their bodies burning with adrenaline. The car screeched to a halt, and the doors flew open. Two men strangers pulled them into the vehicle without saying a word, their eyes locked on the woods as they floored the gas pedal. As they sped away, Luna glanced back through the rearview mirror. The creature was still there, standing just outside the edge of the trees, watching them leave, and the screeching didn't stop. It followed them all the way home. The authorities never found the cabin, the bunker, or any trace of the creature. It was as if the forest had swallowed it all. The government's records were classified, and the missing girls were written off as victims of an animal attack. But Luna and Alayla knew the truth. The Hollow Woods wasn't finished, and someday it would find them again.